Hi, please like our videos and subscribe to our channel, and make sure you click on a bell and switch on all notifications so you are notified when we are uploading new videos, which we are doing every day. So as you can see now, our top area, our image, doesn't cover all the way to the top like our picture here covers. So we are going to do this now, and after our Z stack is finishing, I'm going to add some parameter to it. So we say list row insets, and I'm going to say edge insets, and this is going to make it, let's just say try again. Oh, I forget to add my braces there, and let's just go down. And what we're going to do is, now this makes the image full screen, but in order to make it on the top as well, we are going to go under our end of scroll view, and here I'm going to put this edges ignoring the safe area. I'm going to say top, and this will push everything up because this is what called safe area, and now we are asking our scroll view to ignore this, so it pushes the image all the way up. And another thing we are going to add after our end of scroll view is navigation. We are going to hide the navigation bar. So we say navigation bar hidden is true. And let's fix the indentation here. Okay. So after our Z stack here, what we are going to do is to add our description. So I'm going to create a text, and we're going to pass our drink.description. And if I click resume, this should appear here. And what we're going to do is just push it a bit down and make the text bigger. So let's add the parameter to our text here, and let's also change the color. So I'm going to say foreground color is going to be primary. Then we want to put a font, and let's use body. And I want to have maximum lines. I'm going to put a line limit because in case the text is really, really long, we want to stick something around 4 or 5 lines. So I'm going to say line limit is 5, and let's add some padding to it. Let's fix our indentation, Control I, and we have everything set for our drink description. After our drink description, we have to put our button here. So the button, I want to put in a horizontal stack, because if we just put a button here, it will be in the middle. And having a horizontal stack, we can put a spacer in between and spacer here, and this is going to push our button to go up where we need it. So in order to create a horizontal stack, we just say H stack, and then I'm going to put a spacer here. Here will be our button, and a spacer underneath. We're not going to see anything now. I'm just going to add some padding to my horizontal stack. So say padding dot top, and let's put some 50 here. And the button we are going to create separate. So let's go underneath our drink detail preview, and I'm going to create a new struct. and I'm going to call this order button, and my order button is going to be some kind of view. And basically we are going to copy here whatever we have in our drink detail. So we need this var body, and it's going to conform to be some kind of view. So we are going to do the exact same thing here. So I'm going to say var body, say some view, and here we are going to create our button. So let's say button, and our button is going to have an action and a label. The action is going to be adding our item to our basket. For now, I'm just going to put a print statement and say add to basket. And label, let's just get rid of this. Here I'm going to put a text and call this add to basket. And since this is a text, we need to put it like a text there. And now let's go up here, and instead of just saying button, I'm going to call order button. Now you will be able to see the button here if I click on resume. Okay, so we have add to basket here. As you can see, it doesn't really look properly like our button here. So we are going to add some parameters to it. So let's start from our frame. And it's going to be 200 points width, and let's put 50 height. Alignment, we don't really need to put anything. Then from our frame, we need to put some kind of color. So let's say foreground color is white. This is the text on it. The font of the text is going to be headliner. Then I'm going to put a background color, which is going to be color blue. And you can see how our button is actually forming while we are typing here. Let's add some corner to it. So I say corner radius to 10. And we can fix our indentation here. So you can see the button is here. And for our button to be able to add something to our basket, what we are going to need is a variable here. So we need to pass a drink to our button, because whatever is in this area is a separate, imagine it like a separate file, because since we have an access to our drink here and we're calling our button somewhere in the middle of the text, it doesn't mean that our button knows that there is a drink here and it has an access to this drink. So we need to give a drink object to our button. So whenever we click on our button, this drink object that the button has, it will take the drink object and add it to our basket item. Okay, now it will complain on top because we are creating a button without specifying this parameter. And if we go here, you see the complaint is in totally different place, and if you try to fix this, it's not going to do anything, it's just going to ruin your code. But since we know that we add a drink object to our button, if I go to my button and initialize it, now it will say that we need to add a drink to it. So I can just say self.drink, and this will pass the required parameter to my button. So let's instead of just saying add to basket, we are going to add our drink name as well to see if everything is passed correctly. So we say drink dot name. All right, and as you remember, in order to get this, just say self dot drink dot name. In order to get these printouts working, we need to run it on our simulator and not on the canvas here, because this doesn't represent the exact code that it's running. Okay, we can't really test it now because currently we have no way of going to our detail view, but I'm going to keep this as it is for now. And in our next lecture, when we create actually a link from our coffee to a detail view, we will be able to test if the button is working correctly.